Operation Sudan must fall by 6 p.m. there. Now, win over 2.5 the net is soon. So, if you are a Ghanaian watching this live, start packing, start writing up your things how you are doing at work. All roads leads to Accra Sports Stadium. Operation Sudan must fall.
All right, so you're hearing it here first. Operation Sudan must fall. We are going to preview the Black Stars and talk about a lot of things because we've been actually seeing and hearing a lot of things going on in the camp of the senior national team, that is the Black Stars. And we'll be looking at a certain video that we've seen that has been circulating, whether the GFA president was right in hitting the nail on, some say, its head. Or some say the side of the coin or the side of the drum. We are also hearing a lot of things that we need to actually discuss. There are a lot of things to discuss. We are going to look at the danger men that we should be looking out for when it comes to the Sudanese national team. We should also be looking at the potential lineup or the first 11 of the Ghana Black Stars. Who do you think is going to feature in the game? Who do you think is going to actually be on the bench? Who is the coach's favorite? What are some of the reasons that are going to inform the results that we are going to see on the day? This is where it's all happening at. We are previewing the Ghana versus Sudan game. I will be going to the Accra Sports Stadium to watch the match live. I'll be there with Landlord and Champion Benito. We'll be bringing you all the gists, all the juice, right from the Accra Sports Stadium. So yeah, guys, we are starting Black Stars Sudan. Any hope? Any hope for us?
Yes. And why, with all humility, we welcome our cherished viewers as always. They've been with us throughout this year, and then we are much grateful for their support and everything. That is the much anticipated game at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then, of course, I've been to the stadium some few moments ago, and you could clearly see that Ghanaians and sympathizers of the Black Stars are very ready. In fact, ready is even an understatement. That by every means, with their support, with their cheering on and other stuff, Ghana needs to win this particular game. Most especially, the Black Stars is here to have a victory in the ongoing qualifiers, that is for Morocco 2025. And then why, when you have interaction with these players and the technical staff, in fact, everyone that is closer to the national team, it is very clear that we can't afford to miss out on Morocco 2025. Because when you go through the history books of African football, Ghana, Egypt, Ivory Coast, and some few others, we are the only giant that has been participating in the AFCON in almost every edition. And so Ghana being a giant in African football, we have no reason and there is no opportunity for us to miss out. And so for this particular game, it's a crucial one for both sides, for the Black Stars of Ghana and for the Falcons of Sudan as well. But then, since it's playing on a Ghanaian soil, personally, I'm very optimistic that Black Stars, they have no chance or no reason to drop a point in this particular game. Most especially after losing for the first time in about 24 years at the Babangida Stadium. At least I personally had conversation with one of the key players. Maybe I can't mention his name, but
Benito.
The assurance was.
We are not going to let that slide, Benito. Every day, when you have the juice for us, why do you want to? Why does he always?
Okay, so the assurance from that player was.
We are not going to continue. We want to know the player. Who did you actually?
He spoke to the landlord.
In fact, I spoke to the star boy. And so the assurance was that this game should be a compensation game for every Ghanaian. I quote him rightly. This game should be the compensation game for every Ghanaian. And so it wasn't surprising to me when his name popped up during the press conference about the captain armband issue and other stuff.
So landlord, let me just come to you. Initially, when we are talking about Ghana versus Sudan, we know that it's a done deal already. Looking at especially being played on Ghanaian soil, we averaged 2 games against them. When you check the last 5 matches that we played, either we are winning them 3-0 or 1-0, and it looks almost comfortable for the Ghana Black Stars. But it looks like that's a thing of the past, considering the fact that Kwesi Appiah and Ignatius Osei leading this Sudanese side. They've actually gone to beat Senegal away from home. And it doesn't look like they're afraid of the so-called giants of African football now. And it's a whole different complexity. It's a whole different ball game altogether when it comes to the Black Stars now playing Sudan. What are your thoughts on that particular one?
And I thank you very much. Let me greet our people watching us live on Clock TV and also watching us live on Facebook. We are grateful. Always grateful. Now, back to the question, and kudos to my partner in crime, my brother, for a very nice ambition. Now, as Benito said, we don't want any, you will explain tire at the end of the day, 6 p.m. Any explanation. Now, as you said earlier on, Kagana and Sudan, on paper, we have to beat Sudan. But I always say football has been a game, as people have been put in the classroom, football. So Sudan coming into this game now is a different ball altogether. And the game now more interesting is the coaches, James Kwesiapia. And I quite remember if Okobo away, one thing usropa intimidation. Your hotel that you sleep, the home team supporters will come and intimidate you. Over park and the Sukrana, ubetime delay almost 15 minutes before you enter the park. So now these are all intimidation, but now football now is the more you intimidate them, the more strong they become. So now Kwesi Appiah and the Sudanese coming into this game now it's a different ball altogether. Yesterday I went to watch their training at the Accra Sports Stadium and now there's no pressure on the Sudanese more. You feel very comfortable. I remember when Ignatius was having the press conference with the media, Coach Kwesi Appiah was outside talking to the Ghanaians. I saw Langabell. He was talking to Langabell laughing back. Almost will be a attention. He will not come and say hello to the Ghanaian family. Banana. Coach Kwesi Appiah, Ignatius, they are very comfortable. They know what they are doing. They came up with a game plan. But by the end of the day, they on the game plan and so now we don't want any explanation. As I said earlier on, it's a must win for the Black Stars.
Well, it's a must win for the Ghana Black Stars, and that's what we are all thinking, that it's going to be like a done deal for them come the blast of the final whistle. But it seems the issues of the Black Stars started right before the kickoff or the game has actually begun. We've seen some players, 4 players actually drop out of the squad. The likes of Thomas Partey, Joseph Penso, Kingsley Schindler, and Osman Ibrahim. These are players that we thought would actually come and then beef up the squad. And in their absence, we have Michael Beidou, Abu Francis, Jonas Adjeti, and Ibrahim Sadiq. These are players that have come to replace them. But if you check the quality of the players that are out and then the quality of the players coming in, are we still confident that we are going to win this?
For the 4 who are out, Thomas, Pinto, Usman, and Kingsley Schindler. I think there is a 4 key players on the film. Especially, I will not be biased here, but this Usman Ibrahim, he's a very, very good player. But today I saw a release where
Norwich.
No, I saw a release of Thomas Partey that they were asking about Nipra and Owasim, and almost sending a screenshot of everything that has happened. And I just want to use this platform, this station, to say something and send a warning to some people. Nana, this agenda now, we just want to create within the media circle or within Ghana is bad. People are creating agenda. Say the last match, boy Partey said there are so many indiscipline in the team, so that's why I went to me back. This call up, it's agenda. We also the agenda what is going on. Say people lifting water, local players lifting water. Now these are all agendas. We don't need this thing now.
But we'll come to that.
So coming back to that now, for these people coming for it's not for me. They are new people now.
Yeah.
I don't say this our team. We don't like Matra Makwe.
But Abu Francis has been.
I've watched his video this morning. Your man a chance now. He will deliver. This is all about chance. When Partey was scored into the first team, your man a chance to deliver. When Kudus was scored into the first team, your man a chance to deliver. So I think we don't want Matra Makwe. First half to down, you should Sudan 2 now. Then you bring these new boys. When you fix them and they are good now, so that you get a backup. So that when Partey is injured now, you get a backup for Partey or Joseph Bentel. But
it looks like we cannot afford that particular luxury. We saw certain videos moving rounds on social media, considering the fact that Joseph Bentel was actually considered not fit or was declared not fit with evidence. We saw Kingsley Schindler not completing 90 minutes for his club side. Ibrahim Osman as well not completing 90 minutes for Norwich City. But then Thomas Partey, who was seen as though he was okay, although he was replaced by Takeru Tomiyasu in the 82nd minute of the Arsenal game. He was considered to be okay, and at full time he was walking freely. But now the issue here is that there is no tangible evidence to suggest that Thomas Partey isn't fit to be in the Black Stars, and he's just out based on personal preference, not wanting to play for the Black Stars. And the GFA triggered a clause that says that they can actually request for the player to come in so that they assess the player themselves on international duty. But Arsenal refused and said that they have state-of-the-art equipment to be able to assess when the player is ill. But GFA wanted him to come down so that they assess to find out the extent of the illness. And Arsenal replied that for the travel, the amount of hours that he's going to travel is not comfortable for the player and it's not convenient for the player. And hence, Thomas Partey is not being able to come and captain the Black Stars team.
All right, you are right with all these information. In fact, they are accurate and precise. But at this point in time, I listened to Coach Otuado's press conference. He made, personally, that statement caught my attention very well. That let's forget about those who weren't able to make to the squad. Focus on the game and win. In fact, at this point in time, we shouldn't be talking about people who couldn't come, who couldn't make to the squad. Thomas Partey didn't come, agreed. We have other players who can equally perform for the national team.
Equally.
So, that is me.
Yes.
Because there is no way Jonas Abu will be starting for the Black Stars today, not even in the away fixture. There is no way Osman Ibrahim, if he had even made to the squad, there was no way he would start. Who else? Joseph Penso, I know his qualities, but in his absence, we can still have a different player who can give us that particular quality or performance we're expecting from maybe Joseph Penso. So my point is, at this point in time, let's forget about those people absent. Focus on the present ones. Know how to win over Sudan in today's game. That should be the core idea and responsibility. Patamba Yajiatun, with whichever reasons it's best known to them. As now with their info that you just gave out, it's best known to them. Agreed. We don't have Thomas Partey, but at least we have Elisha Ushu. We don't have Thomas Partey, we have Majid Ashmeru. So let's focus on the players that are currently at the team hotel or currently with the team, so that whichever talks and other matters probably would be discussed after this game. So me, that is my point. Let's focus on how to win over Sudan and then qualify for the AFCON 2025.
Yeah, very and rightly so, because we can only focus on what we've actually got. You can only work with what you've got at the moment. In law, there's something that says that Nemo dat quad non habet. You cannot give what you do not have.
Exactly. It is even in the scriptures.
Yeah, exactly.
It is in the Bible.
So landlord, but there's no doubt that the absence and the leadership that Thomas Partey actually has on this particular team, the bearing that he has on this team, is going to be felt.
And it's going to be felt. We all know Thomas Partey. I remember very well when Ghana was playing against Nigeria.
Yeah.
In is it Abuja or Lagos? Emubako. We all saw what Partey did. Or the team is banana. I always have this feeling. They say BBC, everything happened in this world for a reason. There's a reason why these 4 people are out of the team. And there's a reason why Kudus will be captaining the team today. And then as Benito said, he spoke to Kudus some time ago and he said today's match is a match for Ghanaians. And then Abeshia, Bibi Timisi, baby Nabesi will be invited. So now we are going to feel the absence of our captain, our leader. But Kudus would do extraordinary holding the captain handband. Because we all saw Kudus from West Ham. Ocean the 5 games nearby now, so she go and say this qualifier. You could see that he's back in the game. So, but what I saw 2 days training here, Nana Kudus will deliver as a captain today.
Well, I was there on the first day of the training, and after the normal kickabout and all that, Coach Otaado took Mohamed Kudus aside and spoke to him for well over 20 minutes.
Wow.
They were in discussion, and Kudus had his hand behind him and was listening attentively to whatever the coach had to say. Just before they actually rounded up. This was like a very pensive conversation. It looks as though there's going to be a transition of leadership. There's going to be a transition of responsibilities from the old head to this younger squad. And there's none other, if you should look within the current squad, the likes of Isaaku, the likes of Mohamed Kudus himself. When you look at the current players coming up, there is none other fit for that particular leadership role than Mohamed Kudus. But let's go and then look at the last 5 matches of the Black Stars and see how we've actually performed. And we go our immediate past as Ghana versus Niger, where we went away. We had a goal scored by Ali Duseidu, cancelled out by the Nigerians, and Ghana losing out the first time in about 24 years
at the Barbara Stadium.
At the Barbara Sports Stadium. Yeah. And we saw that thriller also at the Barbara Sports Stadium, where Ghana beat Central African Republic by 4-3. And Mali, surprisingly, Ghana, when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers, we are doing exceptionally well. But when it comes to the African qualifiers, it looks as though we have our tails stuck in between our legs. Mali versus Ghana beating Mali, who were considered to be the favorites by 2-1 in some dramatic circumstances. And we have Uganda playing 2-2 with Ghana traveling away to Uganda, and then 2-2. So these are the past 5 matches of the Ghanaian national team. And now we are going to play South Sudan. Initially, when you just see that particular fixture, I'm sure you are going to just tip the Ghanaians to be favorites and runaway winners. But it's not so in this particular instant. When you look at the current crop of players that we have, it's not so. It doesn't look healthy for Ghana, Benito.
The only thing Ghanaians should expect and have in mind is this. I understand that we have the potentials and qualities to beat Sudan hands down. It's a fact, because in our last 11 meetings, we've won 8, drawn once, and lost twice. It showed very clear in our last 8 meetings with Sudan. But then at this point in time, where we are at the material moment, every Ghanaian should just lower the expectation. That is the first point. Secondly, be very optimistic going into this game, because everything is possible to happen after today's game. Notwithstanding, since I'm a Ghanaian, I should be sounding very patriotic. Ghana can't win this game, as I said in my earlier submission. But all in all,
you said Ghana can't win.
No, can't lose.
Can't lose.
Hey, no, excuse my language. Ghana can't lose. It was a slip of tongue. Toffee aqua. Ghana can't lose. Let me lay emphasis on the can't lose in capital letters. Yes. So for us to win this game, one, we should see ourselves as underdogs, because I've seen this Sudanese team. They came in batches. First batch arrived before the second batch arrived. As Landlord was saying, there is no pressure on them. It's as if like though Ghana is bigger than them, so they basically isn't a news. But for us to lose to Sudan, it will be very disastrous. That is why a major part of this tension is on the Black Stars of Ghana. Most especially with how, before we got our clogsports stadium, the circumstances around our stadium all come together. But then, if we see ourselves as one, that united front that Coach Otuado cried out for, and two, we shouldn't be complacent. I'm sure with these about 3 things in place, Ghana is beating Sudan today.
Landlord, what are your thoughts on that particular one as well?
I think Benito have said it all. So as he said, we don't want in we will explain to you. It's a hands down for us. Nana, the reason why I'm saying this thing is, and I thank God, say, we're just begging the Accra people go and watch. And then I always say, fans play 90%, not even 90%, 99.99% in winning matches. You could see from Europe. Testegen will tell you, say, Ochoa Anfoda, he's confused. When you go to Signal Eduna Park, you are confused. When you go to Banaba, you are confused. So today, we have nothing to lose. Nana, I don't know. Since morning, when I was watching Coco Digest with you and Miriam and the guys and interview with Queen, I had a feeling, say, Charlie, today, I wish the match was played on Friday. So then it's a must win, a hands down win for the Black Stars.
It's a must win for the Black Stars, but they are not playing any lean or in weak side. They are playing against the Falcons of Jediani, that's the Sudanese national team, and these are their 5 past results that are on your screen there. They are actually not a team to be rolled over. They lost their last game against Angola on Angolan soil by 2-1. Sudan then beats Niger, whom Ghana drew with by a lone goal to nil. South Sudan and then Sudan, they beat South Sudan, but their southern counterparts, by 3-0 quite comfortably. Mauritania also, when they meet the people in and around the deserts, they beat them quite comfortably. And they went to play against Tanzania and lost by a lone goal to nil. But wait, they played at home to Tanzania and they lost by a lone goal to nil. Benito, these are mixed results for
yes.
These are like very mixed results for them. It doesn't. So you don't know the type of Sudan that you are going to meet. Whether today you are going to meet the powerful Sudanese side that actually swept aside the South Sudan by 3-0, or that you are going to meet the Sudanese side that actually stayed at home for a team like Tanzania to beat them by 1-0. So it's quite tricky when you're coming to play
that
them.
makes this game very crucial. And in our early submissions, we mentioned their head coach, James Kwesi Appiah's name. He has been the magical bite for this Sudanese team, because ever since he assumed office, he has been an important figure for them in about 16 games, winning about 8 of them. It's quite impressive, but notwithstanding, despite their last 5 matches, how they comfortably score goals as compared to the Black Stars of Ghana. You know, in 6 matches, we scored 10 and conceded 10. Yes,
difference of 0.
Yes, unlike this Sudanese team, in about their 16 matches, they've scored 20 goals, conceded 11. It means and keeping about 8 clean sheets.
That's really
they are well organized team. But then with our quality and the circumstances around our national team at this moment, that is where my argument is coming from. No disrespect to this Sudanese team. They, on any given day, they can cause an upset. We understand. But for Ghana to lose or to drop points on a Ghanaian soil again, it wouldn't be very pleasant for anyone who sympathizes with the Black Stars of Ghana. That has been my point, that irrespective of the situation, if it is a firing Sudan or a calm Sudan, whichever way the Sudanese team will come or would appear, it should be in the minds of the Black Stars players that we are winning this game and nothing else. So I'm sure it's all reflected from Coach Otuado's press conference. He gave those things out. So they can say for them more. Now, the players on the field of play. But then one interesting aspect is that today is 10th October, right?
Yeah.
And 10th October 2010, we played against at Accra. It was 0-0. And
so will history repeat itself?
No.
That is the question.
Well,
that is the question, but I'm not sure.
That means Ghana would have played 3 games AFCON qualifiers and scored just a goal.
That would be very disastrous.
That would be very disastrous.
No.
You have the
I have different.
Antoine Semenyo, you have
Inaki Williams, we have Mohamed Kudus.
And
you know the funny thing, there's 210 with the squad that we were having. But then football assistant. Because our record now, Brand and the Kefa that teams need to work on relegation. But we just hope it. We'll break it. David Dijan. Break it.
And say Goliath because we are the ones actually considered the Goliaths of this particular fixture. Now let's look at the Sudanese side, and then we'll target a few of their players that are actually sort of their star players. Yeah. And now we look at Mustafa Kashom, Ramadan Agab, Abu Gada, Abdallah. These are like three of their top players. But then let's just look at a few of their players. Mustafa Kashom averaging a rating of 7.8 per game. We have Ramadan Agab, not far away, averaging a rating of 7.7, which are quite impressive for Sudan. And these are players that we should look out for. But Benito, who is your danger man for the Sudanese side?
Their centre forward, Mohamed Abdurrahman. Yes, he has been a ton of flesh. In fact, in this qualifiers, he has about 3 goals to his credit.
Yeah.
And with this player you just mentioned, Mustafa Kashom, yes, he also has about 2 goals in his credit as this qualifiers concerned. But then, all in all, as we've said earlier, that they have quality players. This Mustafa Kashom, I watched him at El Hilal. He's one of their finest players, and you can't take anything away from him. Yeah. He's very skillful, his skill set, very talented. And one thing about this player is that he's very pacey and athletic.
And he plays without fear as well.
Yes. And irrespective of the kind of obstacle or defense he would meet on through, like so as their centre forward in Mustafa Abdurrahman. Oh no, he's very bulky, like that Didier Drogba style of play. Yeah. That's Ivan Toney style of play. So Obeshia defender na one now so physical presence that if he's not afraid of you, it will be very difficult. But then I'm trusting these boys that defensively, defensively they would be able to stop Mustafa Abdurrahman. He's the first person we should keep a closer eye on him. Then Eid Kashom. And they have this one player, Abu Gala. Yes.
Abu Gala.
Yes. With these 3 players on the field, I'll say Black Stars team, are very, very careful of their set pieces and how they would defend their backline.
Okay, landlord, do you also share the same?
I think I'll go for the Kashon guy.
Yeah.
I watch his video a lot. He's the flair and the kumino. You could see that he's so much confidence and comfortable with the ball. Banana. Say Drobe Ebechewa Udigari Brubako. Yeah, maybe I will do it in fact. But as Benito said, we need to be very, very careful. And we should have it in mind, say, most of the times these players rely on counter-attacks. And the ball now. He's a very fast player. It was also not pen and not Oko. So we are just begging if Aludu will play, Aludu said will play there or no. The man won.
If it's for pace too, we'll be coming to the Black Star squad.
Okay. So I'm just let's be very careful with the defenders, because they are too much to no show much, so that this Kashon guy and before
Benito, so we've looked at the danger men, the people that we should actually be wary of when it comes to the Sudanese national team. We've talked about Mohamed Kashom, we've talked about Mustafa Kashom, I should say. We've talked about Mohamed Abu Gla, we've talked about Abdul Rahman as well. These are players that are very, very dangerous. If you give them the least chance, they are going to actually punish you. Amongst both of them, that's Mustafa Kashom and then Mohamed Abdurrahman. They have 5 goals between them. That's the 2 players for this particular qualifiers, and it's quite interesting and worthy to know. So we'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to preview the Black Stars team.
Clog TV, Beyond the Policy. Clog TV, Beyond the Policy.
We are back. We are still on Clock Sports, the nation's ultimate and #1 sports show. And I'm here together with Isaac Obuku, aka the landlord of Ghana football, and I'm here with champion Benito, the champion of champions, the champion Benito. Okay, guys, so we were talking about the danger man when it comes to the Sudanese football, the Sudanese football team, the Sudanese national football team. And then we've talked about Mustafa Kashop, we've talked about Ramadan Agab, Abugla Abdallah, we've talked the man as well. And now let's look at our own Ghanaian team.
Yeah.
We know the players that we have to look out for. Who in this particular one are you looking at, landlord?
They would me. I will not mention names so that it will be like mere favoritism. But just one person, Iñaki Williams. I think Zenana, this guy is performing in Bilbao.
Yeah.
Baoba Kurumu Aminim Sefufuno. among for body and count among for money dia. I don't know. But now he's a player. I always say when I watch Kudu Iñaki Williams and Makai Asamajan, ask me the reason why.
Why?
Oh, Asamajan, now I'm tired when he will always score. Because they will just shoot straight and he has a pace. He knows how to run. The last time I was comparing Iñaki and Williams, one in him Johnny. But I couldn't get it very well. But now, so man is starting match now. I think he will score because the last time I was sharing with Kumasi Nena in Kabimi. So I just want to see him. He's for me personally, he's my star man. I know he's the star boy of Otoado. So let's give him the chance because now he's performing very well. In Bibad, he's also a captain. That will be bad team. So Kudus Day, Jordan Day, Fatah Usahaku. And Fatah Usahaku too is performing very well, but now it's immediate. I know this guy very well, right from Dreams under 20 or performing or Sporting or by Leicester City. He came to perform very well at Leicester City and maintain momentum. So now right now it's immediate. And I'm happy to see everybody no clogsports stadium. Oh, you're rougher. So you know what will come. You know, I don't want to say it, but you know what will come.
We are still waiting to see. I don't want to concur. Benito.
You're going to see them. But oh yeah, now so
Benito, Benjamin Black Stars, who are we looking up to for this?
It is very obvious that you have a star boy in the team, and so whenever the Black Stars is playing, he's obviously the star boy, and in Mohamed Kudus. And one thing that would throw more light on him in today's game is him wearing the captain armband for the first time. In fact, he will join he will join the few youngest players to have won the captain armband for the national team. That is at the senior level. But then, being the star boy of the team today, being the leader and captain of the side, he's obviously a player to watch. But we still have a couple of players we should watch them in today's game. Landlord mentioned Iñaki Williams. I just pray for him to get a good game today with a goal, probably 2 goals crampo from Iñaki Williams. Kenya bad. At least to cement his presence in the national team. We say, oh yeah, idea at Athletic Club Bilbao, but for his presence to be felt very well at the national team,
it's not coming.
And think matches be say nanka wa announcing who ye na who say Iñaki is also around and he's also in the picture. Thank you, my brother. So we would have many of them showing their qualities and glimpses of their skill set, but not to blow a trumpet. They hear and say, being the star boy or not the star boy, Ghana and winning game. And one.
All right, so near here and say Ghana Black Stars will give us the assured victory, and that's all we are hoping for. And now let's look at the last 2 games of the Ghana Black Stars and how they fared. They played against Angola at the Barbara Sports Stadium. They also played against Niger in Niger. In a 1-1 draw at the Barbara Sports Stadium in the 9 minutes of the game. We actually lost. I see landlord scratching his head. We actually lost by a lone goal to 0. We have the videos. They should be on your screen right now. So Benito, where did it all go wrong for the Black Stars? Where has it gone wrong for them? In this was Niger 1 and Ghana 1. This was where it was said that the Black Stars were actually playing with a nonchalant attitude. They were doing what they want and expecting good results. They were not running enough. They were just being lazy.
Why? It has been our problem since Otuado, in fact, right from Chris Hughton's regime, game management. It has been the problem of this current national team. And it's clear and evident. It's not as if it just happened once and we solved or corrected it. During Chris Hughton's regime, we'll be losing matches at the dying numbers of games. Similarly, under Coach Otuado, it happened to us at the AFCON, the recent AFCON, how we miraculously lost to Cape Verde in Ivory Coast, how we drew to Egypt. It was at the dying embers of the game. How we drew 2-2 to Mozambique. It shows very clear that how to manage our game. Players need that mentality and that kind of idea. This game particularly, after scoring the first goal, the attitude on the field, their mentality, everything changed. It was as though Yasheba Kunti, we are good to go and we've reached. No, look at how we considered that goal from this particular game on your screens. It showed very clearly how to manage our games.
And lack
has been a problem. Yes, it has been a problem. And so, if these two things are out of the player's psyche and mindset, I'm sure beating Sudan here, and why shouldn't be a big problem for the national team today?
But looking at the performance, we'll be going to see the Angola one shortly, the one that the massacre at Baba Hera. We'll be looking at that one shortly as well. But where do you think the best are currently?
And I just want to say this: when they are playing now, I'm about Chromua now. How are you feeling?
Oh,
it was after this game that Benito met us at Cape Coast. So
yes.
Okay, I understand the reason why when he came, he wasn't on that. Okay, I understand the reason why. So then look at the time the goal came, and now look at the number of people at the stadium. So it's now.
It was the biggest disappointment.
I swear, my brother.
It was the biggest disappointment. So Egypt, we should go
yeah.
It was the second biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Most especially being at the stadium, watching the game from the stand, wherever around the stadium. Now BB says here. But one thing I want to assure Ghanaians is this. And why? There is no way we are losing this game. No.
Oh, for that one.
No, it is not as if I am giving false hopes or something. But there is no way. Because since 2001, Sudan, they've not won a game on a Ghanaian soil.
Well, since 1963 as well.
Okay, what do we call 1963? Say 1963 on any at least.
2001.
Yes. So even though they can cause upset and other stuff, but I'm very optimistic. We should beat this team about 2 or 3-1.
Well, I just mentioned since 1963 for the Black Stars. Also, when you go as far back as 1947, that is for Senegal. That is for Senegal. Senegal had not lost to this particular Sudanese side until by then they were South Sudan and then Sudan both one republic. But now we have the divisions in there. But since that particular time immemorial, up till this year, Senegal had not lost a football game to that is Sudan. But it happened. And Senegal lost by a lone goal.
Indirectly, you want to attest to the fact that at this point
history can be defeated.
I understand.
It's just a past occurrence.
Sure.
I and my brother today we are
one.
We understand it perfectly. Now, what I want to say is the HM in Trimunko, not the Akane, Now, the reason why, for me personally, I have 100% assurance. Look at what has happened when we started seeing the pictures. The GFA, NSA, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports making sure we will just play this match in Ghana. And God being so good, they are back. Is another Benito, help me. How many years now your ball qualified in Accra here?
It's fantastic.
The last time.
Almost a decade though.
Yeah, sure.
Almost a decade.
It's past 10 years.
It's past 10 years. I remember during the AFCON 2018 in Yebi Ball, I say, Nana, I'm going to try my possible best. And they did match back. Look at the video when the GFA president was talking. You could see, say, Nana, maybe a Kasani free banner. I say, like, yeah, Kasabu Nasu no Oka. So it means that Operation Sudan must fall. Nana, we don't want this evening we go explain to her, Meko Strema Kokebo your point. Me who baby am kesi and I'm who baby am faka akufina my basana na kwana me kasa nana when you go and watch matches Ghanaian matches and we lose the way people talk to themselves now you think they are mad. They are not mad. They love football. Let me give you a typical example. Just recently one of our House of Folk fan died at the stadium. He went to watch a football match At the stadium, House of Folk lost to Basaka Holy Stars. Also from he died at the spot at the stadium. He didn't to ambulance when he declared say, well, that's how football is. We love football.
Hopefully, we are not going to get any of these things.
Today is
today
happiness.
we'll be in celebratory mode.
Yeah,
the blast of the referee's final whistle. And when we were making a submission, you quite mentioned, frankly, about Ket and then the video. So that video will be playing that shortly. But I want to take this opportunity to remind you that we are live on Facebook. When you go to Facebook and you search for Clock TV, you'll be able to watch us. So in case you need to leave your TV sets, you don't have to leave Clock Sports. We are here with you everywhere you go in your pockets. Once you have your phone, we'll be there with you. So then let's also talk about opening the phone lines. So our phone lines are open because it's officially 2 o'clock, and you can call in. The numbers are displayed on your phone, on your screen, I should say. 05005000423, 05005000423. You can also join in the conversation by sending us a WhatsApp message by texting us on WhatsApp. The number is 05005000421. 05005000421, and let us know your thoughts. We have some free tickets also if you want to watch the Ghana Black Stars game versus the Sudan, the Falcons of Jediani. We have some free tickets that will be given out. So when you call in and we ask you some questions and then you're able to answer, then we will give you the tickets. We'll send you the details that you can actually do to get into contact with us to watch the game. So if you want to catch the Black Stars game live at clogsports Stadium, we have some tickets for you. So keep watching Clock Sports, call in, and then we'll let you know how we are going to do that. So now we are going on to the famous Ket Okreku video.
Yes. It's very important.
So we have the video that should be playing.
Why we not
transpired actually hotel, the Alisa Hotel, where Ket Okreku was actually lambasting or blasting the players, or was delivering a message to the players. Let me just put it this way: he was delivering or was addressing the current squad of the current crop of the Black Stars of Ghana. And landlord, it seems to have raised a lot of eyebrows. But before we actually delve into it, I want to take a few messages. This one says that my name is Fred. I think Black Stars will win by 3-0. Okay, Fred. So 3-0. We are hoping to see. This one is. My name is Prince. The Black Stars are going to be runaway winners in this particular one. So these are messages that are coming.
Yes. In fact, they are right.
Benito,
I share similar sentiment with them.
Benito.
Yes.
Is it a 3-0?
The 3-0 or 3-1.
Yeah,
it's possible to happen.
Win over 2.5.
Yes. But then opportunity to celebrate a wonderful kid. In fact, he's in the as we speak now. Yes, he's Panel Obrimpong Amu Odomenu. Today is his birthday, and happy birthday to him. Yes. I wish him the best of luck in every good thing. May he grow in the grace of God. And then this one is from his father and his mother. In fact, from the Amu family.
from the Amu family.
Yes.
So I'm sure we are getting some calls coming in.
I don't know if they can get me his picture. Yes. So that is Obrimpong on the screen for him. Yes. Panel Obrimpong Amu Odromenu. Happy birthday from daddy and mommy and all of the family members. We wish you God's blessings. Grow in the grace of God. Amen. So yes, let's dive right into the business. That's a wonderful young man. Maybe he goes to come and actually play for the Black Stars one day. And we're getting some calls coming in. But then I want us to just, before we pick some calls, I want us to get reflections on what has actually transpired. The video, is it that he was deflecting blame from the FA, was deflecting? All right, so we have a call on the line before we go into it. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, my name is Bernard. I'm calling from Teshinungwa.
Bernard from Teshinungwa. How are people doing?
Well, we want Ghana to win.
You want Ghana to win?
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must, though. They have to win. They must win.
What do you think?
The pressure here is too much. Today they have to win.
What do you think? What do you think the Black Stars must do in this particular one to actually get all 3 points?
Okay, so I think this particular one, because it had different back and forth and then lose and then draws, I think this very one they are going to put in their all.
Okay.
Because it's a must win for us so that we can move to the next level.
All right. Thank you very much, Bernard. Thank you for your submission. Would you want to actually come and watch the game live at the Accra Sports Stadium?
I'm sure he's off.
All right, so he's off the line now. But if you join in the conversation, then you start the chance of winning a ticket to watch the game live at the Accra Sports Stadium. Benito, so I was saying 2 factions to this particular one.
Me, I will just clap for the president of the Ghana Football Association. In fact, this submission I would take it from 2 sides. Let me start from the positive angle.
Yeah.
In fact, whatever thing Mr. Kate Edwin Simon Okreku spoke about.
All right, please hold your thoughts. Like, we have a caller. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Nungwa.
What is your name, sir?
Please, I'm Gerald.
Gerald from Nungwa. Let's hear you. What do you think the Black Stars must do to get all 3 points for this particular one? Hello, Gerald.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, Gerald, what do you think the Black Stars must do in this particular one to get all 3 points?
I think they need to play out. They need to play all out with their max effort and strongness. You know, today every Ghanaian is expecting a straight play, not a draw. So I think they need to try their best to do it.
All right, so every Ghanaian is expecting a straight win and not a draw. So hopefully.
Yeah.
But which players are you looking to do the magic for the Black Stars today?
I think always our star boy is always available for him. I think Kudus has to try to do his best. I think this is it wasn't good for him at West Ham, but we try to try as possible to get the possible best of him. And Naki Williams to know some season job to come for about should fight for it today. And we have a lot. I think we should. We have started doing the thing. I think that's very
Okay. Thank you very much. Would you want to actually come and watch the game at the Accra Sports Stadium? All right, so we lost him over there. Then Benito, just before.
Yeah, so it was personally. In fact, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
It was a good one from the FA president. He can't just hold it for this longer anymore, because for us to have this qualifying games with no win, in fact to go winless, and why? Being the FA president, I understand and know how he feels as the FA president. So I should say he just spoke the minds of ordinary Ghanaians. But then being the FA president, he had the opportunity. He was representing about 30 plus people of which supported the Black Stars of Ghana. It was a step in the right direction. Just that the timing, and I think it was long overdue. Such delivery or talks should have come earlier than this time. And say FA president, he has delivered such message to the Black Stars players. And why? I don't see the qualms in this thing. Ninginane say we want the best out of them. And if you listen to him very carefully, he made emphasis on about 3 qualities. That one, you should have the passion.
All right, we have a call on the line. Sorry, let's get a call. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, so this is the guy from Personal.
Okay, yes. Yes. So we were asking you whether you would want to watch the game in person.
Yeah, I would want to go. I would want to go.
Do you have a ticket for that?
No, please.
All right, so you've earned yourself a ticket for watching ClogSports. So our producer will take your number, and they'll get the tickets details to you for you to be able to watch the game live as well.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Yes, so Benito.
Yes, so the GFA president made or laid emphasis on 3 aspects which caught my attention about the passion aspect of our players. It is clear and obvious that we won't be mentioning names, but to wear the national team JC, and what it's in a cocoon and a bit new. But this time it is on the field of play.
Yeah.
You have to be passionate. If you are not passionate about the Black Stars, for a while you can deny the color. No one would fight you or something. And two, the commitment aspect. It is very important because there are players I can mention their names, but not now. How their commitment towards the national team is. Every time you are doing what on TSA, but me name no, some common way no, it should trigger a good performance and an emphatic win for the Black Stars. See, we are winning a two-bitter.
Okay, so we are sort of landlord. Benito has tackled this from one particular perspective, and then looking at things from the other perspective. Other people are saying the GFA president, he is not a coach. He is not supposed to be saying these words to the players because he doesn't know how the game will be approached from a tactical point of view, and he's placed undue pressure on the players. For instance, if with what he has said now, you heard the video in his particular address. With what he has said, even if the issue comes from maybe a mistake by the officials, and then the Falcons of Geniani actually get something from the game, there's undue pressure on the players, and their commitment is going to be questioned. So, landlord, we want to hear you on that particular one.
Nana, my brother clapped for GFA president. For me, I will stand and I will speak.
Standing ovation.
Standing ovation. Nana, Bele share in Kenibeka. Bele in share. Nana, as I said earlier on, this agenda for we creating say the timing is wrong there. Nana, the timing is correct. My more typical example be in this our institution, we have general manager, we have manager, or no reporting general manager. So and you have people who are watching us. So when the people are watching, unless these people meet the two of us in town, no matter approaching. But meeting about studio, about reporting, say Benito ni nana any landlord in yard. Then the general manager will turn it to the production manager. No, so about fire. Nana, if you watch the video very carefully, I know Keds very well. When he was the MTN FA Cup, yes, I know him very well personally because of the late Kofi Poku, because I'm related to him. So I know Keds very well. Nana, the way the man is speaking there, this thing was supposed to be done way back at Angola. But not up at the right time. When him say, maybe to me, you just have to get the right time, and this is the correct time. Nana, he said something. Me person can say, as some kind of said, you people were born. Now Blaster were whole. Blaster way back before you people were born. He said passion. Nana, if you see boys the ball no more now, it's as if like nothing is at stake.
Landlord, hold your thoughts right now. You have a call on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Holding it.
Yeah, my name is Bobovsky, calling from Mamobinima.
Your name is?
Bobovsky, calling from Mamobinima.
Bobovsky.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting one there. Bobovsky, let's hear you. What do you think the Black Stars have to do to get all things on this particular one?
The first half must beat our match. Our first half must beat our finishing.
Can you come again? I think we lost you there for a second.
Yeah.
Hello, Bobovsky.
Yeah.
Can you reduce the volume on your TV set and then can you speak to us directly via the phone, because it looks like we are losing you a little bit.
The first
your first half must be.
This is showing us that we are going to win.
Okay.
If we see the first match, that first half we are going to see. This is telling us that this match we are going to win the match. So let's watch the first half.
Okay. So which players are going to do the magic for you, if I should ask you?
You know, the magician is Kudus.
I expected nothing different, especially considering where you are calling from Mamobi. So I'm sure maybe you may have some personal ties with him as well. But are you going to watch the game in person? Hello? I think we actually lost him. But I think what he was saying is that the first half is going to actually do the magic for the Black Stars if you have to win this particular one. So let's hear you, Lando.
So now, as I was saying, what Kurt now playing bad pitch, Kurt performance of the Black Star, Kurt team in perform Ghana Premier League, Kurt. So now I shall swatch it. It's nipa na mobile ni Kurt no also channel and some Ghanaians are saying people are attacking this man. Anytime they see him, Kurt, one want the Ghana football year. So me soon catch a boys in this. It's and then what he said there. One when you be at him, he just stated the fact. He said, "Say, Kudus, Blaster was there before you were born. Alex, Blaster was there before you were born. So it means, say, in Kofa performing. Nana, I always tell you, say, me know your TA. We are young boys. It is what will you tell your children during the time? So, because I'll tell my children, say, there was a time a player in this world called Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo who shared a stage 24 years competing for Ballon d'Or. That's what I'm going to tell my kids. But I'm supposed to tell myself, here comes Kudus, who stood for Ghanaians during Ghana versus Sudan or performing here. That's what I'm supposed to tell my kids, not Messi and Ronaldo. So now, for what Kurt said, I saw Solibian. When I'm pressing, I say, I am. Look at what he did yesterday. A GFA president being part of the Jama session.
So it means that all stakeholders have done their part.
Oh,
They can the technical team and the playing body
to perform for us.
Yes, because I know for a fact that the spectators in Ombeba.
People, Nana, I just saw a video on Facebook now. People are seated at a clogsports stadium.
Yes.
Gamami. They were poor making
All right. So just before we wrap up, our time is fast as going on. Sure. A lot of people are trying to call, but our phone lines are currently jammed because the number of calls coming in are quite too much. So you keep trying. We'll see whether we can take a few before we go. Benito, your prediction?
Ghana is winning 3-1.
Okay, so you've actually called a prediction. You've given a goal to the Sudanese, and now let's also talk about your lineup. So this is a rapid one, a quick fire. So lineup from goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper is Lawrence Atizigi. Right back, obviously Tariq Fosula Mte. Left back, I would go in for Ali Duseyu. Since Gideon Mensah is now recovering from injury, and Abdul Mumin, then Mohamed Salisu as my central defenders. No problem. But recently, their partnership and connectivity, I wouldn't want to break that consistency. Yes. And then my two pivot, in the absence of Thomas Partey, I would field in Elisha Ushu and Majid Ashme will be in the ball carrier and the main orchestra in the midfield area. Then with Abdul Fattah Ishaku at the right wing, then Mohamed Kudus in their middle, whilst Antoine Semenyo plays from the left wing. Then I will put Inaki Kweku Atta Williams in front. So I will go in for 4-2-3-1 system. Yeah,
I think your system it's actually quite resonating, sitting with me quite well. Landlord, let's hold your thoughts.
Today I'm siding with this man. It's a perfect lineup. He has not given me anything since morning.
Because usually we have contrasting views from you, but it looks as though you've given
this award. And so now I'm siding with Benito for the lineup. For the scoreline, 2-0.
2-0
against Sudan.
But you yourself, you mentioned over 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll go for 2-0. It's either first half 1, second half 1, and that's the first half you're boom 2 in the straight. Then second half, I am trying with the new players now on my band. So 2-0 for Ghana.
Okay, so quickly let's go to our social media feeds and take some few WhatsApp messages that are coming in. This one says, oh, we have a lot of people. This one says network is jammed. Charlie, I call network is jammed. This is coming from Kweku Nuza. This one is also saying, we'll be watching the game with you. I hope to see you when you come to the stadium. This one is coming from Kwame. Kwame, you didn't tell us where you're texting us from. There are a lot of messages coming in, but unfortunately, because of time, we'll not be able to take all. Oh, there's a last call on the line. Okay, Lucky. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, please. My name is Jack Swallow. I'm calling from Station Ungwe Estate.
Station Ungwe Estate. It looks like there's something happening at Station Ungwe Estate.
We need to go there.
Yeah.
Which part of Station Ungwe are you calling from?
I'm calling from Station Ungwe Estate, United Church.
United Church. Oh, yeah. Then you're my neighbor. You know, I used to live not quite far from there. I used to live behind the police station around Hilltop, where Liman used to be. So I'm sure we'll be catching up in the area very soon. So let's go straight to business. What do you think the Black Stars need to do to actually get all 3 points?
Oh, today I think today it's a soft game for the Black Stars. Last time we played, it was quite easy. I wouldn't say fully easy. It was quite easy.
You're talking as though you've seen the game already.
Oh yeah, because I'm fully convinced that Black Star is winning today.
Okay. Would you be at the stadium to watch the game?
Yeah. I'm even dressed.
Okay. All right. So I'm sure we'll see you when you get to the stadium. You can call our line, and then we'll see, and then we'll have some conversations in person. And also we'll talk about some things that we are having rolled up for the rest of the month, the end of the month. I think there's also another caller on the line. So hello. Okay, so I think that the line dropped. Benito, let's take a
yes. So all roads leads to the Accra Sports Stadium, and then let's come in our numbers and support our nationals. In fact, they are the warriors for today. By every means, I repeat, by every means, the Falcons of Sudan, they've already fallen. In fact, they must fall as a final. We shouldn't be scared of them. No. Let's believe in our boys and then have the luck of the day. So it's a win for the Black Stars.
Okay.
But in Bacho, did the answer Wako Stadium? Why?
It's a key thing.
All right, landlord.
Nana, I'm a Riega. Since we are playing the game.
Yeah, on Gamashi.
Ghana men, fine. 4 p.m. Ghana want to match against Sudan. You like it or win a match. Kayashi no start group stage say Angola will no watch a draw against the one pan fine. Yeah, stadium now queer match. Players American mental supporters number game find one pan fine. Go back clock TV on your ticket. Go ticket there, yeah. Go on your own. You're coming. No, yeah, fine. No, support the Blasters. Go Ghana, go Blasters. Long live Ghana, long live Black Stars.
All right, so long live Ghana, long live Black Stars. And this is how we wrap up today's show. It's been exciting. And the Black Stars of Ghana versus the Falcons of Jediani of Sudan. It's about to go down 4 p.m. live at the Accra Sports Stadium. Come in your numbers, come and support. And when you see us, don't hesitate to call us. And we are your friends who will be there to answer you. This is how we call it a wrap today. My name is Nanaya Asari. I've done this with champion Benito and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football, and we are calling it off now. It's a wrap.